Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the structure of the relationships within your family. And I'm talking about this because I was speaking to a client a few days ago, and we're talking about the priorities in terms of the relationships. And we're talking about which is the most important relationship within your family. Now, if you've got children, again, it's a different dynamic of a family. And in order for your family to thrive, there's certain priorities that you have to put in. Now, your background before you got into the relationship and before you got into the marriage and had kids, you would have had some certain trauma, you'd have had some past experiences that then influence you how to be a wife or husband or father or mother. And those influences can be, in your eyes, look like you're doing something good, but also can be destructive. So in this case, if we're talking about a family structure, the most important relationship is mom and dad, and the kids then come second. Now, it tends to, when I saw this once on a post on Instagram once, when somebody mentioned this, down in the comments, the women were like, no, the kids come first because, kids will never let you down. And there were all these comments about, the kids are everything to them. And a lot of it is all about insecurity if that's how you view your relationship with the kids. In a good, healthy way of bringing up kids, and I wish I knew this way before I had my kids had come to this age, is that you have to be raising them with giving them the ability to be independent. Whereas if you make the number one relationship be your kids, then it means that you have a need for your kids to need you. And then that does not create independence, but it creates dependence, which is, again, self-destructive in its nature in terms of the relationship, the adjacent relationship, which is with their husband. So again, it's one of those things that is incredibly important to, as you go through the journey of reclaiming your relationship to where you got this healthy sexual frequency, it's reframing that relationship. Because when somebody is parenting out of insecurity, on the sense that I'm going to put the kids first and they're going to be priority and they're going to be priority over everything, what tends to happen is that it becomes a toxic environment. Now, when I say toxic environment, I don't mean that you it's a toxic environment. It's in the sense that you guys do not have a good connection. The mom and dad don't have a good connection, and therefore they do not model what a good relationship looks like. So while the kids have got all the attention and all the love from the mom, what tends to happen is that they then do not learn the skills of what a good relationship looks like. So when they do get into a good relationship, or even a good relationship, they cannot recognize a good relationship. And then more importantly, they will not be able to participate in a way that will make the relationship good. So it's one of those things. And when I speak to this client, he actually pointed out something that I thought was fascinating, that over a period of time, the dynamics of each relationship is that you are the relationship between you and the children is a divergent type relationship, which means that over a period of time, you are you're developing in separate ways. So that you're developing in a way that is allowing the children to be independent, and then it's convergent relationship between husband and wife, that you guys are working towards getting closer and closer. Now, a good measure for this is that a lot of you guys, I know you're obsessed with having date nights because you want to enter that twinkle cave. So in order to get into the twinkle cave, you decide to go on date night. And what you'll find is that, and I'm guilty for this, we find that within date night, you are either talking about logistics, you're talking about the bills that are coming up, or at least the running of the house, or you're talking about the kids. And again, generally, when you see your relationship always taking that dynamic, or those conversations are the only conversations that you have, then it means that the structure within your relationship isn't that great. So you're not, both of you are not prioritizing the relationship. So again, the flip side of this is knowing what her new hobbies are, what her new interests are. If she doesn't have any, then how can we develop some ideas around getting new interests, new hobbies, and her finding a little bit more independence for herself as the kids grow, so that again you're connecting on a different level that isn't based on of the logistics of the house and the things that are centered around the children. This is very important, gentlemen, because as you structure this correctly, where the most important relationship becomes the both of you, what tends to happen is that over a period of time, as you enter empty nesting, for example, it gives you this opportunity to actually continuously connect and have a fulfilling relationship. One good measure for where things could go is that if you see, I mean, all of you guys know a couple that are old and absolutely hate each other, and can't stand to be in the same room or stand to be in the same place together, but they still stay together. And it's such a miserable existence, especially towards the end of your life, when you should be really enjoying and the fruits of you guys both sharing a life, and more importantly, you both sharing a life where you're now getting to the point where you get grandchildren, for example, and being able to enjoy that and continue modeling what a good relationship is to the next generation. So again, there's quite a lot I've put out there. It's a lesson that I'm going to come back to again. I was writing some notes around this, and I just wanted to teach a little bit about it. But I think it's a very important thing to start really as you're working towards changing a relationship. Now, I don't want you guys to listen to this and then rush and tell your wife the most important relationship is our relationship. There's a few things that we might need to structure first in terms of just dealing with some other discomforts that she might already have. Once we deal with that and she gets to a level of maturity where we can have this conversation, then we'll have this conversation. Now, if you don't know how to get her to that maturity side of things, we are opening up a free community where you can come and share and start learning some of the lessons that we are teaching here. And the first lesson that I'm putting up in this community is going to be how to have conversations with a partner in a way that's going to be collaborative. So again, it's going to be free. Like I said, it's going to be, in fact, this is a masterclass that I've finished writing. It's going to be, I want to do a live recording with some of you guys. So if you are interested in joining the live recording of that, which is on Zoom, I'll go to Thriving_Tribesmen, and you can just get your interest and just say or type in masterclass, and I'll give you the link, or at least give you an update on when I'll be recording it. So again, this is going to be some exciting times coming up. I'm looking forward to sharing more stuff within that free community. The important part about the community is also getting you guys together so you can start having these conversations. And again, just also talking about the conversations that you've had, so we can debrief some of the conversations and get you better at articulating some of the issues that you're going through. Some of you guys have this one conversation, and because it flops, you just give up. But it's, again, changing the relationship is going to take several loads of conversations, and sometimes having the same conversation or a lot of times, and just coming at it at different angles in order to get to the place where you need to be. So guys, thank you very much. Hopefully this made sense for you guys. And like I said, I'm going to reteach this again at some point. As I get better at teaching this, hopefully you guys will get better at delivering into your relationships, so you can get relationship success. So thank you very much. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care.